Hello and welcome to eChinese Learning Pod, your go-to podcast for learning Chinese and exploring Chinese culture. To protect speakers' privacy and enhance audio quality, some or all voices in this episode are created with AI assistance.
Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. If you've ever found yourself intrigued by cultures, maybe one's very different from your own, or if you just love vibrant, eye-catching stuff, then today's journey is definitely for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Imagine stepping into a new country, say China, and bam, you're hit by this one single color. It's everywhere. Bold, beautiful, you just can't escape it.
Red.
Exactly red.
It's true. If you've seen any photos, maybe videos of Chinese New Year or like a traditional wedding there, you know exactly what we're talking about. It's not just a little splash of color here and there. It's like an entire ocean of it. Crimson, scarlet, vermilion, you name it.
Wow.
You see in those elaborate lanterns hanging everywhere, the decorations covering homes and shops, even what people wear, you know, from everyday clothes right up to fancy ceremonial robes. It just creates this real feeling of joy, of celebration.
You've painted a really clear picture there. So that brings us right to the big question for today. Why red? What is it about this color that makes it, well, the color in China? What deep meanings does it hold? Meanings that are still so powerful today, you know, influencing everything from huge festivals to really personal family moments.
Well, that's exactly what we're aiming to do in this deep dive.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to sort of peel back the layers, explore the really powerful complex symbolism of red in Chinese culture.
Okay.
And this isn't just about, you know, pretty colors or some passing fashion trend. It's really about understanding a core cultural value, something that go back thousands of years.
Thousands? Wow.
Yeah, influencing beliefs, traditions, even just how people live day to day. We're going to uncover why red is, quite literally, everywhere you look.
Yeah.
From legends so old they predate written history, right up to customs people cherish and practice today.
Okay.
And as we go through its history and meaning, you'll see how red isn't just a color. It's really a living symbol. Good luck, joy, protection. Even those deeply held family values that are so important in Chinese society.
So if you're listening and you're curious, maybe you want a quick but, you know, solid understanding of something really unique and meaningful, you're definitely in the right place.
Absolutely.
Get ready to sort of illuminate the magic and mystery of red. Okay, so if we trace this this bright red thread back, way back, where does red's story really kick off? It's amazing how far back this connection goes in China.
It really is. We're talking thousands of years, right back to the dawn of civilization, really.
Okay.
When early humans were just trying to figure out the world around them. You know, this powerful, sometimes confusing world.
Right, making sense of it all.
Exactly. And that's where we start, with what you could call primitive worship. Imagine ancient people, long before writing. They're looking up at the sky, maybe huddled around a fire, the sun, right?
太阳
In Chinese, it was this incredibly powerful, mysterious thing. It rises, it sets, brings day, brings night, light and dark, warmth and cold.
Totally fundamental.
Absolutely. For these early humans, this cycle, you know, predictable but totally out of their control, was essential for survival. The sun meant warmth, light to hunt and gather. And when it disappeared, that meant the cold, the dangers of the night. It was awe-inspiring, almost divine, you could say.
And then you mentioned fire. I can just picture how huge that must have been for early human development.
Oh, massive. Transformative. Before fire, life was completely different.
Right.
Suddenly you've got fire. Ancient eating habits changed forever. No more just raw meat. You can cook food, safer, easier to digest, gives you more energy.
Huge advantage.
And warmth, obviously. Especially in cold winters. It let communities survive, thrive in places they couldn't before. But maybe the biggest thing, protection.
From wild animals.
Exactly. A big blazing fire. That's a serious deterrent against beasts. It meant safety. It allowed people to settle down more, build early communities, develop things, security.
Okay, so sun and fire. Both essential, both powerful.
And what do they both give off?
Here.
Think about it. Mystical, powerful red rays of light.
Oh, okay. The color connection.
Precisely. In the eyes of these primitive people, it wasn't just light and heat. It was like extensions of divine power, protection you could see. The sun's fiery glow at sunrise and sunset, the warmth and light from a bonfire, both spoke this language of life, safety, power. And the color was red.
So it wasn't just a random choice. It was tied to survival itself.
Absolutely. This visceral, visual, experiential connection to the sun and fire. That laid the earliest, the deepest foundation for revering red in Chinese culture. It was life-giving warmth, crucial protection, the power of nature, all wrapped up in that color.
Wow. Okay, so from this really ancient, almost primal link to sun and fire, how did red get so tied up with, like, government and emperors? That seems like quite a jump.
It does, but it's where things get really fascinating. This ancient reverence, it wasn't just left as a folk belief, it got solidified, officially promoted by the various Chinese dynasties.
So rulers deliberately used it.
They did. It became tangled up with statecraft, with imperial legitimacy. And to understand that, you kind of need to know about the ancient Chinese five elements theory.
Okay, I've heard of that. Water, fire, wood, metal, earth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just a philosophical idea. It was like a cosmological blueprint for how ancient Chinese thought worked. It influenced everything, medicine, government, you name it.
So how did it connect to colors and dynasties?
Well, each element, water, fire, wood, metal, earth, wasn't just a substance. They were seen as cyclical forces. And each one had its own corresponding color, direction, season, and even a dynasty.
Ah, okay. So choosing a color for your dynasty was a big deal.
A huge deal. It was a statement about your dynasty's virtue, its destiny, its place in that cosmic cycle. It was fundamental to legitimacy.
So Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor who unified China, how did he fit into this? I thought he was all about unifying things, standardizing stuff.
He was. And when he established the Qin dynasty, he explicitly used this theory. He believed his dynasty needed to surpass the previous Zhou dynasty. The Zhou represented fire.
So did Qin choose red?
Actually, no. Paradoxically, to conquer fire, the Qin associated their virtue with water, which overcomes fire in the elemental cycle. So their official color was actually black, representing water.
Oh, interesting. So not red then.
Not officially as the main dynastic color representing their virtue. But, and this is important, they still used red widely in many other contexts. They understood its power and historical significance even as they tried to establish this new water order. It was complex, symbolic, but it definitely set the stage.
Okay, so the Qin used black but acknowledged red's power. Then came Han dynasty.
Right, and Han, who came after the pretty short-lived Qin, they went all in on red. Maybe they learned from the Qin in trying to completely override the fire association.
How so?
Well, get this.
Yeah.
Han Gaozu Liu Bang, the guy who founded the Han dynasty, he famously claimed he was the son of the Red Emperor.
No way. Directly linking himself to red and fire.
Exactly. It gave his rule this immense popular legitimacy, this kind of spiritual authority. And it wasn't just talk. Early Han emperors wore these striking red dragon robes, made red instantly recognizable as the imperial color.
So you'd see the emperor in red.
Absolutely. And it trickled down. Emperor Han Jingdi even decreed that all officials' carriages had to use red mudguards.
Red mudguards. Seems like a small detail.
But think about it. It shows how red wasn't just for the top guy. It permeated official life, right down through the bureaucracy. It cemented red's status as the imperial color for the Han.
And then there's Confucius. He lived even earlier, right? During the Zhou dynasty. How does he fit in? I think of him as more about, philosophy and social order.
He was, but what's remarkable is that even he, this hugely influential figure, respected red. And his opinion carried enormous weight for centuries.
What did he say?
There's a famous quote in his Analects. He says something like, "I hate the manner in which purple takes away the luster of the color red."
Huh. Hating purple because it outshines red. What did he mean by that? Just didn't like the color purple.
It was deeper than that. For Confucius, it wasn't just aesthetics. It was about maintaining order, respecting established values, purity. He saw purple, which is a mix of red and blue, as potentially diluting or diminishing the pure, vibrant meaning of red.
So red was pure and purple was mixed, or maybe even vulgar.
Something like that. His view essentially elevated red. It wasn't just a popular color. It became almost a moral imperative to respect it, a cornerstone of societal values. And because Confucius was so influential, his immense promotion of these ideas, including respecting red's importance, helped cement its status. It became mainstream, highly respected across many dynasties after him. It wasn't just a color anymore. It was part of Confucian culture itself.
Okay, so red has these incredibly deep roots, ancient worship, imperial endorsement, even philosophical backing. No wonder it's everywhere. Let's unpack the meanings it carries today. It sounds like it's way more than just a pretty color.
Oh, absolutely. It's packed with layers of symbolism that you see in everyday life. Fundamentally, in Chinese culture, red is the ultimate symbol of auspiciousness.
Auspiciousness, you mean like good luck, good fortune.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good fortune, prosperity, happiness, it's all wrapped up in red. You even hear it in this beautiful, really common Chinese phrase.
红红火火，
红红火火.
And that literally means red, red fire, fire.
It does, but it means so much more.
Yeah.
It's like wishing someone incredible vigor, passion, liveliness. Think of a fire burning really brightly. That's the feeling.
You're like wishing someone a thriving business or a really energetic life.
Precisely.
Yeah.
A flourishing family, a successful venture is a really dynamic way to express good wishes, invoking that bright, warm, growing energy of fire and red.
And you see this symbolism everywhere in celebrations.
Everywhere. Think about weddings, the bride's dress, the decorations, the invitations, often overwhelmingly red.
Yeah.
Birthdays, too, especially the big milestone ones. Lots of red decorations signifying hopes for a long, happy life. And Chinese New Year. Forget about it.
It's a sea of red, like you said before.
Literally a sea of red, from start to finish, all reflecting hope for prosperity, good fortune in the year ahead. Even opening a new business, you'll see red banners, red flower arrangements, red ribbons, all explicitly meant to invite good luck and success right from the start.
It really is impossible to miss during those times. Walking through a city during a festival, those red lanterns glowing at night, the red banners everywhere, the intricate red paper cuttings on windows.
And remember, those aren't just pretty decorations. They're seen as actively inviting good luck and positive energy into homes and streets.
Like an open invitation for good things.
Exactly. And then there's the gifting tradition.
Uh,
The red envelopes, or
红包，
that's
Right.
probably one of the most iconic things people outside the culture recognize.
yeah, definitely. The little red packets with money inside.
Right. These beautifully decorated envelopes filled with money given during weddings, birthdays, holidays. It's not just about the cash. It's a symbolic transfer of good wishes. Good luck, prosperity, fortune flowing from the giver to the receiver. It's a really beautiful, meaningful tradition that strengthens community bonds.
So red brings joy, luck, prosperity.
But you also mentioned protection.
Yes, that's another huge aspect. Red plays a very active role as a guardian. It's widely believed to ward off evil spirits and bad omens.
Really? How far back does that belief go?
Oh, way back. Ancient beliefs held that red could literally scare away monsters and demons, things thought to harm people or mess up their lives.
So it's not just attracting the good, but actively pushing away the bad. That's fascinating. How did that show up today in practical ways?
Well, a classic example, maybe the most famous one, is the legend of the Neon monster.
年兽.
In Chinese,
It's the Neon monster. What's the story?
ancient folklore says Neon was this terrifying beast that came out of the sea on New Year's Eve to basically eat villagers and livestock. People were terrified.
Until, the story goes, they figured out Neon was scared of loud noises. And the color red.
Ah, so that's why.
Exactly. So during Chinese New Year, families hang bright red couplets on their doors. These are long strips of red paper with lucky phrases written on them. They're put there specifically to keep bad luck and the Neon monster or any other negative stuff away for the year.
And the firecrackers?
Same reason. Lighting firecrackers, fireworks, fills the air with loud bangs and flashes of red light. It's celebratory, yes, but it's also meant to genuinely frighten away any lingering evil spirits.
Wow. And I heard something about red underwear. Is that real?
Oh, absolutely. Many people wear red underwear, especially on New Year's Day or throughout their zodiac year if it's considered unlucky, for an extra layer of personal protection and good luck. It's a fun mix of ancient legend and modern practice.
That's amazing. And what about giving red eggs to children? You mentioned that briefly. Is that protective too?
Yes, definitely. When a baby reaches their 1 month or 100-day milestone, important markers, elders often give red-dyed hard-boiled eggs. It's a blessing, a form of protection, a symbol wishing them health and a long life.
Okay. And Chinese brides wearing red. You said that's also about protection.
That's a huge part of it. We see white wedding dresses in the West, often symbolizing purity. But in China, the bride wears red primarily because it's believed to cast off misfortune, protect against evil, and ensure a blessed, prosperous, and happy marriage.
So it's like starting the marriage with a shield of good luck.
Exactly. It's a very intentional act of protection for their new life together, warding off negativity from the very beginning.
So red isn't just passive good fortune, it's an active shield, a dynamic force.
Precisely. And that ties into its broader symbolism too: vitality, loyalty, success. Red signifies fire energy, right?
Right.
So that translates into this belief that red can invigorate people, inspire deep loyalty in relationships, communities, and bring about success in whatever you're doing. That's why you see it in all these celebratory contexts. It's dynamic, powerful, bringing all these positive things with it, a real symbol of hope and aspiration.
This brings us neatly into how red shows up in specific life celebrations and even everyday customs. Let's start with new beginnings. You mentioned the red egg and ginger party for newborns. Tell us more about that.
Right, the red egg and ginger party. It's a wonderful, traditional Chinese celebration, usually held when a baby turns 1 month old or sometimes 100 days old.
Why those specific times?
Well, it actually comes from ancient times when, sadly, infant mortality was much higher. So reaching that 1 month or 100-day mark was a really big deal, a sign the baby was likely to thrive. It became the time for a formal, joyous introduction to family and friends.
A real celebration of survival and a welcome to the community.
Exactly. It's a happy occasion. And speaking of happy colors, for guests attending this party, wearing red is always considered lucky, always appropriate. It's even encouraged.
And what colors are avoided?
Definitely black and white. Those are strictly reserved for funerals and mourning. You want only joy and good fortune at a baby's celebration, so those somber colors are a big no-no. It's a very clear cultural signal.
Makes sense. And there are special foods involved too, right? The red eggs are in the name.
They are. Guests are traditionally given red eggs, just hard-boiled eggs dyed a vibrant red. They symbolize luck, new life, unity, a full, round life for the baby.
Is there any significance to the number of eggs?
Sometimes, yes. In some areas, there's a tradition of giving an even number for a baby boy and an odd number for a baby girl. A little detail.
Interesting. And the ginger part of the party name?
Ah, yes, pickled ginger. It's traditionally served, and it's believed to help the new mother restore balance to her body after childbirth. It reflects this traditional wisdom and care for the mother's recovery, too. It's all very thoughtful.
Celebrating the baby and supporting the mother, that's lovely. And gifts. I bet red envelopes make an appearance.
Oh, absolutely. Hungbo are central. Filled with lucky money, often in auspicious amounts, they're the most traditional and cherished gift for the baby.
Given by all the guests.
Yes, typically. And sometimes, well-wishers will even gently tuck or pin the red envelopes right onto the baby's clothes during the party.
Really? Like immediate blessings.
Exactly. A direct transfer of good fortune right there. It's a really heartwarming sight, this tiny baby adorned with little red packets of prosperity.
Besides the food and gifts, does the party involve any ceremonies? Like firsts for the baby?
It can, yes. Traditionally, some firsts were done at home around this time, but now they might be part of the party. Things like a symbolic first bath, maybe with special herbs, or a first haircut, often just snipping a tiny lock of hair now, signifying renewal.
And maybe naming the baby.
Yes. Very importantly, it's often the occasion for the formal announcement of the baby's Chinese name, which is a huge step in establishing their identity within the family and society. These little ceremonies all welcome the child fully.
And the baby's outfit for this big day, let me guess.
Red, almost certainly. The baby will be dressed in a brand new set of bright red clothes.
For that lifetime of good fortune and prosperity we talked about.
Exactly. Red is the most auspicious color, so it's believed to attract all those good things. And you might also see the baby wearing some jingling gold jewelry.
Gold. Why gold?
Gold symbolizes longevity and good luck, too. Maybe a little necklace or bracelet with charms like lucky animals or longevity symbols. And the gentle jingling sound, that's thought to warn off evil spirits. So it connects back to protection, ensuring the child's safety and well-being.
Red clothes, gold jewelry. Sounds like a very well-protected and lucky baby. Now, moving from newborns to another major life event, weddings. This helps answer that question lots of people have. Why do Chinese brides wear red, not white?
Right. It's a striking difference from Western traditions. And the answer really goes back to everything we've discussed about red's meaning.
Good fortune, happiness, protection.
All of the above. For a new marriage, for two families joining, for starting a new life together, those qualities are absolutely vital. So a vibrant red bridal gown, often incredibly ornate, embroidered with symbols like dragons and phoenixes, is chosen specifically to invite blessings, prosperity, joy, and harmony into the marriage.
So it's fundamentally about wishing the couple the best possible start.
Precisely. It contrasts with the Western white dress, which historically was more about symbolizing purity or virginity. rather than actively invoking good luck and protection in that same broad, powerful Chinese cultural sense. The bride in red isn't just beautiful. She is a walking embodiment of hope and good fortune for her future.
A very powerful symbol. And let me guess again, red envelopes are big at weddings too.
You got it. Hong Bao are definitely given as gifts at weddings. Guests give them to the newlyweds, extending those same wishes for prosperity, good fortune, maybe even fertility to the couple. It's such a versatile symbol popping up at all these key moments.
It really is. And this use of red, it doesn't stop at these huge once-in-a-lifetime events, does it? It seeps into everyday life too.
For sure. When you ask why babies wear red, like we just discussed, or why students might wear something red for exams, or even why athletes might wear red for competitions.
It's all connected to that same core belief.
Exactly. Attracting good luck, getting protection from bad influences or bad luck, boosting vitality and energy for success. Whether it's a student hoping to ace a test or an athlete going for gold, red is seen as kind of actively helping things go well, enhancing positive outcomes.
And what about the red string bracelet? I see those everywhere, even on people who aren't Chinese. What's the story there? The lucky thread.
Ah, the red string bracelet.
Yeah.
Yes, it's become quite popular globally. It's usually just a simple red thread or cord tied around the wrist.
And it's for luck and protection too.
That's the core belief. It's seen as a personal talisman. It's thought to ward off negative energy, bad luck, even evil spirits.
Like a wearable shield.
Kind of, yeah. And at the same time, it's believed to attract positive energy and good fortune into your life. Maybe financial luck, good health, good relationships. It's simple, but it carries this weight of auspicious belief.
So wearing it gives you a constant connection to that protective, lucky energy.
That's the idea, a constant reminder. And what's nice is that because its message is pretty universal hope, well-being, protection, people from all backgrounds feel they can wear it and connect with that positive sentiment, that little piece of Chinese tradition.
Now, red is clearly the superstar color here.
Yeah.
But China has such a rich history, I imagine other colors have important meanings too, just for context.
Oh, definitely. While red reigns supreme for auspiciousness, other colors are very significant. Gold, for example.
Gold makes sense. Riches, nobility.
Exactly. Riches, nobility, good fortune. And you often see it used with red, especially during big celebrations like Chinese New Year. Gold and red together. That's like the ultimate symbol of prosperity and festive joy. They complement each other perfectly.
What about yellow? I feel like I associate yellow with China too.
You're right, too. Yellow is hugely significant historically. In ancient China, yellow was the color of royalty, of ultimate power.
The emperor's color.
Yes. The legendary first emperor, Huangdi, is known as the Yellow Emperor. Think about the Forbidden City in Beijing. Those magnificent roofs are covered in yellow glazed tiles. That was reserved for imperial structures, signifying the emperor's authority, his connection to heaven. Emperors wore yellow robes, walked on yellow paths. It also symbolizes hope, prosperity, and the earth itself.
Wow. Okay, so yellow is imperial power and earth. What about green?
Green is also very positive. It symbolizes wealth, regeneration, fertility, health, harmony. It's linked to the wood element in the five elements theory. Represents growth, new beginnings, cleanliness, purity. You might see banks or restaurants using green, suggesting vitality and prosperity.
So generally good things.
Generally, yes, but there's a very important cultural warning with green. A specific thing to know.
What's that?
You should never, ever give a Chinese man a green hat as a gift.
Ah, the green hat. I have heard of this. Why is that bad?
It has a very specific, very negative meaning. If someone says a man wears a green hat, that
绿帽子，
implies his wife or partner has been unfaithful to him.
Oh, wow. Okay. Definitely avoid giving green hats then.
Absolutely. It's a powerful reminder that color symbolism can be incredibly specific, deep, and context-dependent in a culture. It's not always straightforward. But red is pretty consistently the star, the most auspicious, the most revered across the board.
That's a fantastic overview. So as we start to wrap up this deep dive into red, let's connect all this amazing cultural insight to something really practical for our listeners. Maybe a little bit of language.
That's a great idea. Learning even a few basic Chinese words related to this can really deepen your appreciation, right? It helps bridge that gap between just seeing something and actually understanding it a bit more.
Exactly. So where should we start? The most obvious one, I guess.
Let's start with red itself, the star of our show today. In Mandarin Chinese, red is
红
红
Okay. Can I just say
红
you can, or you can say
红
say,
红
which means red color. Simple, direct.
红
Got it.
红
And the main meaning we've been talking about, lucky.
Lucky is
红
幸运
So I see something
红
and I know it's connected to Xingyin.
exactly. You could even think this is
红
so. It
幸运
And another key concept tied to red, especially in celebrations, is joy or happiness. That's,
喜
I think I've seen that character before, sometimes doubled up.
you probably have. On wedding decorations, you often see Chang. That's two Xteen characters joined together, symbolizing double happiness. It's a beautiful wish for the couple's joyful union.
Double happiness. I like that. Okay, and the iconic red envelope.
Ah, yes, the Su.
红包
红包
Does that literally mean a red envelope?
It literally means red bag or red packet, which is pretty much what it is.
Makes sense. And what's usually inside?
红包
Money. The word for money is
钱
钱
Okay, so
红包
there's a hung bag with
钱
inside bringing Eckstein and
幸运
it all connects.
you got it. And that general feeling of good luck that red brings, a common way to say that is
开运
开运
So I could wish someone.
开运
definitely. I wish you.
开运
It's a great general blessing. See how just a few words start to paint the picture.
Yeah, it really does. Now, what if someone gives me a red envelope? Or if I'm at a Chinese New Year celebration, are there specific things I should say?
Good question. Politeness is key, of course. The absolute essential phrase in almost any situation is thank you, which is
谢谢
谢谢
Okay, that's crucial.
definitely
Yeah.
she. And then, especially around New Year, and often when receiving
红包
a very common and enthusiastic greeting is
恭喜发财
恭喜发财
What does that mean exactly?
it means something like wishing you wealth or may you be prosperous. It's a direct wish for financial success and abundance, tying right back into that prosperity symbolism of red, and the
红包
it's said with energy.
Okay,
恭喜发财
got it. And just a simple Happy New Year.
That would be
新年快乐
新年快乐
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Great. These seem like really useful phrases.
They are. They're fun to learn, not too hard to pronounce with a little practice, and using them really shows respect and lets you share in the happiness of the celebration. It connects you more deeply.
These are obviously just a few starting points, but hopefully if you've been listening, it sparked some curiosity to maybe learn more. If you have found yourself wanting to dive deeper, maybe into Mandarin itself, or just more about Chinese culture and understand the language behind these traditions, well, there's some great ways to do that.
There really are.
Platforms like eChinese Learning, for instance. They offer online one-on-one Chinese lessons, so it's tailored just for you at your own pace.
And they usually have a free trial lesson too, right?
Yeah.
So you can kind of test it out.
Exactly. Free trial available. It's a really good way to continue the journey if you're interested without any big commitment up front. A direct path to maybe unlock even more layers of understanding.
It's true. The more language you know, even just a little bit, the richer your appreciation of the culture becomes.
Yeah.
It really helps you connect.
So what a journey we've been on. We've explored the really deep, vibrant meaning of red in Chinese culture, from its ancient roots in worshiping the sun and fire,
Right. Through its adoption by powerful emperors and dynasties.
all the way to its essential role today in celebrating huge life milestones, offering protection, and just expressing pure joy and hopes for prosperity.
We've really seen how red isn't just another color. It's like a living story of Chinese history, their beliefs, their core values, all passed down through generations.
Yeah, it's this constant, powerful reminder of good fortune, happiness, woven into almost every part of life there.
It really is.
So as you, listening, reflect on this incredible power of red in Chinese culture, here's something to think about. What colors hold deep meaning in your own life? Or in your own culture, maybe meanings you don't even consciously think about often.
That's a great question. How do those colors shape your traditions, your celebrations, even how you think about luck or protection?
Maybe this universal language of color and the symbolism we pour into it is actually much more profound, more deeply rooted in how we experience the world as humans than we usually stop to realize.
It could be.
Yeah.
The fundamental way we connect to our past, express hopes for the future, and just add richness and meaning to our lives right now.
Definitely some food for thought for your next celebration, whatever color that might be. Thanks so much for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We look forward to exploring more fascinating topics with you next time.
Want to practice what you've learned today with a real Chinese teacher? You can get a free one-on-one trial lesson at eChineseLearning.com. That's it for today's episode of eChinese Learning Pod. Thanks for tuning in.